Hi, my name is Brooke Ranson. I graduated from North Cobb Christian School in 2015, and I actually had grown up going to public school my whole life up until sophomore year of high school. I made the switch to North Cobb Christian. What I have to say to students who have either attended North Cobb Christian or are attending now or will be attending NCCS, I just want to say to you that God is real, and I know in my walk with Christ, I went from being, I was tasting the world and living in a way that I thought would bring me joy and people's approval, and it ended up not satisfying me. And it wasn't until I was obedient to God and really leaned in and pressed into what these teachers were sharing with the students, not just on an academic level but on a spiritual level. That's when I really came to realize Christ is the answer, because Christ's love covers a multitude of sins. Christ's love tastes way better, and the story of Jesus brings more joy and more life than anything this world has to offer. Your TikTok feeds, your Facebook posts, and all the likes and whatever news, fake news, real news, I don't know what's going on in this world, but I know that Jesus is the truth. Jesus is the answer. Jesus is what satisfies and what fulfills you. And if my time at the school didn't teach me anything else, I really had never experienced the love of Christ like I did at that school. And I will always know that Christ's love is real because of the genuine love I felt from Christ there. And that love does not only exist in my time being a student there, but is carried with me to New York, to where I am right now. When I first started North Cobb Christian, because I came later, I didn't grow up with all of the Bible classes and such, so it was overwhelming when I was there at first, but it challenged me in the best ways to grow deeper in Christ and to know that His word really is everything. And it wasn't just about math, science, and art. It was every single thing that we studied at the school was a reflection of God's glory and God's grace. And I carried that with me throughout graduating and into college, and now post-college, figuring out my career. I cling to the truths that Mr. Schaefer preached to us, and even if they went over my head, some of the things that we learned, even in apologetics with Dr. Hedges. Shout out to Dr. Hedges. You're the best. I love all you guys. A lot of those concepts kind of went over my head, but the seed was also planted, and the things that we studied, it really mattered. It mattered so much, and I know that some of the students there might be thinking why am I learning this? How does this even apply to my life? It totally applies in every single way, shape, and form, and you never know how the things that you learn now will actually come into play in the future. So just, I don't know, for any student watching this too, just know that God has you where you're meant to be, everything that you're learning, and it will apply to your life in the future. And I see a lot of that coming to fruition now, being in New York specifically, which is complete opposite from the suburbs in Atlanta, Georgia. If anything else, if my dreams fail, if I hate the city, all my fears were to come true, I just pray, God, that you provide for me a solid community, a solid church that I can thrive in and grow in, because going to North Cobb Christian, they really instilled in me that was so important. And especially the student life community, and just North Cobb Christian changed my life, and I will never be the same because of it. And no matter if I fall, if I fall short of God, and I'm not perfect, I still come back to the moment that I entered the doors at North Cobb Christian, and I know that God's real because of my story with this school, and my life will be forever changed because of North Cobb Christian.